As a freelancer, I spent a lot of time working in my home office, and I've definitely found that one of the biggest challenges is staying focused and productive. So today I just thought I would share 5 things that help me stay focused and productive while working from my home office. So first of all, it's kind of obvious, but I always find keeping my office clean really helps me to stay focused. Now it definitely helps that I like to clean when I'm procrastinating, so if I can't actually focus, I'll end up cleaning anyway. But there actually have been a lot of studies that have proven that having a clean workspace helps you to stay focused. And it's kind of just the idea that if there's clutter and mess around you, you'll easily be distracted because there's more things to kind of look at, get distracted by it. Whereas everything is clean, everything's in its place. There's less things to take you away from your focus, to take you away from your work. And I've personally found that just having a clear workspace kind of makes me feel mentally a bit more clear as well. When it's cluttered and there's stuff around me everywhere, I feel cluttered, I feel a bit cramped, I don't feel that comfortable. And as well as that, it's just more enjoyable being in a clean workspace. It's just not that much fun sitting in a messy room. It's much nicer sitting in a clean, well kept and well organized office. So the next thing that have really helped me to stay productive is actually to give my office a bit of character. And I've managed to do this pretty easily, although it did require a bit of manual work, and that was in part because of this bookshelf behind me. It was just an old IKEA bookshelf that we already had, and I didn't really like the finish, didn't really like how it looked, so I decided to paint it black and build a charging station into it. And so this kind of ended up serving 2 purposes. One was practical, it helped me to stay organized and clean in my office, but then also it allows me to add a bit of my own character to my home office with my cameras, my neon cloud, and of course some of my favorite books, plus all my skateboards get stored in this bookshelf. And again, I think the reason why adding character to my home office has helped me to be more productive is just because it makes this space more fun to be in, basically. And the more fun it is to be in, the more I want to be in here. I remember before I had my own home office and I had to work from my bedroom, it just wasn't that enjoyable because it was cramped. I kind of had my stuff all stored away and I couldn't make it my own. But the more comfortable I've made the space, the more I've wanted to be in it, and therefore the more work I'm able to get done. All right, so next up, this is a big one, is houseplants. Now, especially during the pandemic, I got really into houseplants. I think we have something like maybe 10 indoor plants around the house now. And just within my office, I've actually got 4. So I've got 3 currently on my desk and then 1 on the floor next to me. And again, there's actually studies to back up the idea that indoor plants can help boost your creativity, your focus, and your productivity. There was even a study in 1996 where it was found that students working in a campus computer lab worked 12% faster and were less stressed when plants were nearby. I don't really understand why or how that works, but I think it works. I've definitely found that having plants in my office helps to calm me down, and again, it just makes the home office a more enjoyable environment to be in. So next up, I think it's actually worth considering higher quality accessories for your office. And this might mean different things for different people, but for me, that means I got a higher quality keyboard and mouse. I got a bigger monitor, and I even got a headphone stand. And I'm not saying you have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on really expensive computer accessories and anything like that, but I think getting higher quality accessories for your office, again, I think just makes it that much more enjoyable. So when you enter into your office, you're not sitting down to use a tiny little screen that you can barely see. I find working from a big ultra-wide monitor is just a really nice experience. It doesn't mean I can work 100 times faster. It just means that I'm more likely to actually sit down and do work because it's an enjoyable experience. I enjoy looking at the screen. I enjoy having lots of space to arrange my windows and that kind of thing. And then when it comes to my keyboard and mouse, again, a keyboard and mouse is a keyboard and mouse. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. They all have the same buttons pretty much. They can all click, but I think the difference between a poor quality and a high quality keyboard and mouse is just, again, that level of comfort and enjoyment that you get out of it, which then in turn makes you want to use it more, and then in turn makes you more productive in general. So last but not least, another big thing that I've really tried to optimize in my home office is the lighting. Now, I'm really lucky because I've got a floor to ceiling window in my office, which lets in heaps of natural light, and I find that natural light is always the best for me. I've worked in office environments in the past where I don't have a lot of access to natural light. I definitely find it's just not the same. I find it a bit more depressing. You don't feel as fresh. So I think if you can optimize natural lighting to the best you can, then that's always the way to go. But apart from that, set up lighting that you like like that makes you feel comfortable. I've actually personally found, I know this is a bit controversial, I found that cooler lighting actually makes me more focused, whereas warm lighting makes me relax a bit too much. So I've got warm lighting in my living room where I just chill out and relax at the end of the day, but in the office I've got cool lighting which helps me to stay focused. And on top of that, cool lighting is actually better for color grading because it's more of a neutral color, which is a huge benefit for me as a video content creator. But in terms of artificial light, I've got a light bar on top of my monitor which lights up my desk space, and then I've got a lamp behind my monitor which lights up the wall and just adds a soft cool glow to the room, which I really like. I'll also occasionally use my softbox as just a indoor light to light up my space, just have it on quite low setting, but most of the time the monitor light and the lamp are all that I need. I really enjoy them. If you're interested in seeing the entire setup in my home office with all the gear and tech and everything, then feel free to watch this video on my home office setup. But other than that, I hope you have an amazing day today, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.